I've been getting a lot of emails about the war in Iraq, request emails for prayer, which I think at some points is extremely necessary. The few pictures I've seen of the fighting, anybody subjected to that for any length of time is a person in need of prayer. The bizarre part for me is when the requests for prayer become tied in with being right about the war. You know, that's where they kind of lose me, because looking at spiritual leadership, what we know from the Bible of the life of Christ, say, a young man in an brutally occupied country at the time by the Romans. And what did he do, militarily speaking, to purge the Romans from his land? He allowed them to crucify him, and that was about it. So in the Christian tradition, the way I see it, there's not a big body of evidence supporting prayers for the political agenda or for the methods we're choosing to fight the war. You know, at the time the war began, Iraq had some of the highest infant mortality rates. There wasn't a lot of food. There was a lot wrong. And I think showing up with medicine, showing up with the intention to help, the intention to teach, and not teach war or bring grenades to the weak side that might overthrow a government or the current government, but to bring simple agricultural technology. You know, from my standpoint, it wouldn't be a lot of pesticides or chemicals. You know, it would be more sustainable than that. It'd be more healthful for the citizenry than that. But I think if you show up with food and with some good sound doctoring, you know, I think you change lives and you touch lives. Yeah, and there are fanatic people teaching hate to young children, and it might take many acts of kindness to soften that grip, and it might take bloodshed to soften that grip, but not the bloodshed of citizens that have learned to hate, but the bloodshed of people desiring to love. So, there it is. I don't think we gain anything with guns. Fear or love, they say. So to have peace or to experience love is to bring love. To have fear and experience war, you bring war, and more war comes. I don't think we've ever really trusted love or peace I think it's an unproven equation. We've always been fast to fight. And right now, there are a lot of companies making a ton of money killing children, whether they're infants, whether they're 8 years old or 18 years old. No matter what the level of training, they're still killing sons and daughters of mothers and fathers. So, if it's wrong to kill an infant in the womb, how can it be right to grow the kid for 18 years and then kill him for political or economic gain? So yeah, we need prayer. We need prayer to end this senseless killing. We need to pray for those who are set in harm's way. And we need to pray for those who are killed when they get in the way of the ones we sent into harm's way. Especially if they're just a family who happens to be living nearby. A family just trying to celebrate more birthdays, maybe an occasional wedding. A family just wanting to see the children grow, live, experience joy, no matter what their nationality. And there are crazy people. There are fundamentalists who believe they are right and will become a suicide bomber, will hate and hate more. But if we follow the tracks of that hatred, we know where the seeds were planted. Western cultures planted a lot of those seeds in the Middle East. But what are we going to do? Same old, same old? Or should we do something totally crazy? Should we trust, love, and carry justice in our belts and in our fists, in our hands? Carry justice and wage peace around the world. I'll pray for that one. I will pray for that one.